Greetings to all viewers. This is Sonam Singh. In this video, we will discuss an important topic, lecture strategy. At very first, we will see what is lecture strategy. By lecture is mean to teach a lesson in the lecture form. A teacher delivers a lecture and students listen passively. This method is considered useful for higher classes. Information about a topic can be given by the lecture method, but students cannot given abilities for self-acquisition of knowledge and its practical use. It is difficult to know in the lecture method how for students have been able to learn the given knowledge. Characteristics of lecture strategy. Point number 1, this is useful for higher classes. Point number 2, this is simple, brief and attractive for teachers. Point number 3, maximum information can be given in limited time. Point number 4, students can note down the points on listening. Point number 5, the logical sequence of the topic is always maintained. Point number 6, it gives satisfaction to both teacher and students so far as the progress of the subject is concerned. Point number 7, in the flow of expression, a teacher can tell many new things. Point number 8, teaching work is much facilitated by the use of this method. After that, a large group can be taught at one time. Next point is, a teacher remains active at all times. Last point is, if a teacher use this method effectively and skillfully, then students can be attracted to it and their interest can be cultivated in the topic. After that, next point, demerits. Demerits of teaching strategy. First point is, gathering points of information is not study. Second is, students remain passive. Third is, this method is unsuitable and unpsychological for students of small classes. Point number 4, students do not cultivate interest in getting knowledge. Next point is, mental faculties of students are not developed adequately. Next point is, this type of knowledge is temporary. Another point is, if a student is unable to understand a point during a lecture, they find themselves unable to understand the rest of the lecture too. Point number 8, it is difficult for a student to note down all points of the lecture hurriedly. Point number 9, this method overlooks and negates the principles of teacher-pupil teaching. After that, other senses than the hearing sense are not used in the lecture method. Another point, the practical aspect of a subject is neglected. Point number 12, in this, a teacher becomes a speaker and not a teacher. Last point is, this is not a psychological method. Suggestions for improvement of lecture strategy. At the time of teaching by the lecture method, suggestion number 1, the blackboard should be used adequately. Point number 2, suitable teaching aid should be used. Point number 3, emphasis should be laid on the principle of generalization. Point number 4, limited information should be given to students so that they can get more knowledge on the basis of their previous knowledge by their hard work and experience. Last point is, in order to keep all students active during a lecture, questions should be put up to them from time to time.